What's up, guys? This is Thomas from Team Pharaoh 7, and I'm coming at you guys with a video for the water deck. This is my variant on it. It's like a breed between the Mono Mermail, Atlantean Mermail build. It's kind of budget and only runs one really expensive card. Let's get into it. You start the deck off with one Moon Glacier, the Elemental Lord. Some people are starting to cut this card because it's very situational. But I feel the card is just too good not to run it because you have so much grave control on your side that you can get it out like first turn if you get the right hand, and making them lose 2 cards is very, very perfect. Moving on to the second card, this card has risen in price by an astronomical number. It is now going for $135 to $150. Ridiculous price. It's almost as much as a Priestess now. I only run one Megalo because it's so pricey. I substitute my other Megalo for another card, and that card is Abyss Lead. This card is very, very underrated. You ditch another card, an additional card, so it's 3, and it's 2700 attack, because in this deck there are not very many strong attack monsters that just come to the field except for Moon Glacier. So Abyss Lead is what I'm using right now for my additional Megalo, which I would be running. So it's a good way if you are trying to be a budget player, you can run Abyss Leads instead. I'm running 3 Abysstiuses. The effect is really good. You pitch 1 to the grave, you special summon him. Then you add a Mermail with 4 stars to the rest of your hand. The key note in here, 24 defense, and he's a 7-star monster, which allows you to go into Big Eye, any rank 7, and if you have level 10 synchros, you can do that. I don't see why you would do that, but I run 3 of those guys. And then for my 2 Lin, or Lindy, however you want to pronounce it, I don't care. The card's really good. She is probably one of my favorite art design on these cards. Really, really good card. You guys know the effect already. Goes to the graveyard, special summon, really, really good. My last Mermail monster I'm running is 2 Pike, for the fact that the card's really good, and like Billy Brake said himself, the card's too good not to run, because you normal summon, you pitch, you add, and if you send a Dragoons, you add to your hand, then it allows you to go into your Megalo play, or your lead play, or your Moon Glacier play. So it's really good. It's a 4-star, which allows you to go into Bottomot Shark if you can get him to stay on the field for 1 turn. That's all from my Mermail monsters. Going in my Atlanteans, I run 3 Dragoons, which is your main searcher of this deck. It has a secondary effect, which most people forget about, is if you have a 3 or lower Sea Serpent on your side of the field, it can attack directly, which is really good because you can combo this effect with the next card I'm about to talk about, which is 3 Marksman. Now Marksman, if he attacks directly, he gets a special summon a monster to the field. That's a 4-star or lower Atlantean monster, which is really good, especially if you have Dragoons already in the field and you normal summon your Marksman. You can attack directly and then effective Marksman. So it's really good. Its other effect is when it's sent to the graveyard for a water effect, you can destroy a set card, which is really good. It's like your MST, basically, in this deck. It's really, really good. So that's why I run 3 of those guys. Now the card everybody's going to be saying is, why does he run 2? Is this guy right here, Infantry, because people say you don't need to destroy face-ups too much, destroy face-up cards too much. But I like to counter that with, yes you do. People have big monsters, and this deck does not like big monsters. So running 2 of those isn't too bad. I think you could even run 3, but I think 1's too little, and maybe it just depends on where you're at, where your locals are. So 3 may be too much, 1 may be too little. So, and then you can also normal summon additionally during your main phase for that guy's effect, which is really good. I run 2 Deep Sea Divas. The card is really good. Normal summon, special summon at level 3 or lower. Go ahead and get out the infantry effect, bring out your Marksman. Marksman attacks directly, Dragoons to field. You've got a whole field of water monsters. Go ahead and start synchroing like crazy. I run the Gen X Undine engine. So I run 3 of those guys. I know you guys are looking at my cards and going, they're all commons. What is wrong with you? I just haven't had time to get them all loaded. I'm sorry. I run 3 Genix Undine. Card is ridiculously good in this deck. And the obvious 2 Genix controllers because you have to run at least 1. So I run 2 because if you have a pike on the field and you want to go into 7, you can deal with control, which is nice. That's all for my monsters right now. My magics, I'm running Heavy, Dark Hole, and Monster Reborn. Staples. Triple Salvage because being able to get back a 1500 attack or less water monster to your hand, if you have that Megalo in your hand, just gives you that many pluses and then negs your opponent because they go to the graveyard, their effects activate. Even if they destroy your Megalo, they still activate in the graveyard. So those effects go off, and they destroy the cards in the field, and you can just play another Salvage and get them back to your hand. Card's really, really good. That's why I play 3 Salvage. That and I like to control my graveyard, because if I have too many monsters, I just freak out, because I'm like, where's my Moon Glacial when I need it? I play 1 MST for the fact that I run 3 Marksmen. I've been thinking about moving MST up to 2 for the only purpose of Fire Fists. They run a lot of face down Magic and Trap cards and Prophecies. And then you get those rogue decks that run like a ridiculous amount of stuff. So MST can be at 2. I wouldn't say 3 because you've got a lot of back row destruction already. I would have to say the best card in this deck by far is a triple Abyss Sphere for the fact that on your opponent's turn, if they normal summon and they go their main phase 2, you flip Sphere, you bring out Lyn. They end their turn. Lyn goes to grave. You special summon your lead to your field. You already have a 2700 attack monster. Card's really, really good. I like it. It stops when people are trying to OTK you too. You can do it that way. Really good card. I run the Solemn Brigade, which is only 2 cards now. I'm sad, but it's okay. 1 Judgment, 1 Warning. Really good cards. I am main decking 2 Mind Crush. Again, I know one's not hollow. I'm sorry. Mind Crush is really good because Prophecies and Fire Fists and your Mirror Match all add a lot of cards to hand. And if you watch them add 1 and you have 2 Mind Crush down, you flip 1, you call the card you know. And by the ruling of Konami, you have 10 seconds to look at your opponent's hand. Then you can flip another 1 and just call another card you saw in their hand. So broken, so mean. I've done it in tournaments. It's mean. That's why I run 2. I might run 3. I just don't know yet. I'm running double Torrential Tribute. The only reason why is because Fire Fists can get up so high that I'm okay with destroying my entire field to stop them for 1 turn, so that I have the opportunity to OTK them before they can kill me. That's the only reason why I have Torrential in there. That and it really sucks against Prophecies too, as long as they don't have Reaper on the field or Priestess. And I like to play Compulse over Bottomless for the sole fact that if I'm playing a hero player, I think that it just mentally is just like, okay, I spent all these resources to put them away in the grave or in the banish pile, just however they get it, and then I throw it back into their extra deck. That, and I don't want to run Bottomless. I don't know. It's a personal preference thing. You guys are going to be like, that's stupid, but I don't care. So that's my last card. I think it's 42 cards. Yeah, 42 cards. We're going to go into the side deck. I run 1 Scrap Dragon. I wish I had a Mist Worm. I don't. So I run Scrap Dragon instead. He's 8 stars. Really good effect. Too bad he's not a water. Hint, hint, Konami. Can you change that? No? Okay. Really good effect. Pitch a card to the graveyard. I normally do his effect and throw a Genix controller because it's dead in your hand anyway. So, Scrap Dragon, really good. I run double Gun Gear because the card's too good not to run 2. Card's really broken because if I send 2 Marksmen from hand to graveyard and they have 4 cards, they have 2 set cards. Marksman's effect, destroy both of those, and then drop and destroy 2 more cards in the field. I'm blowing up a lot of cards. That's 4 cards right there. So having 2 of those isn't that bad. I run 1 DeLorean, or however you want to pronounce the name. I've heard it pronounced other ways. It's my level 6. He's really good too. bounce back cards. So if you play a sphere on your opponent's turn, bounce back the sphere and keep your monster on the field because it's not destroyed. So you keep your monster and you can set that sphere again. He goes up by 500. It's really fun. One librarian because you do synchro a lot. I know I'm getting told by my cameraman that I don't have my card in the right spot. I'm sorry, guys. It's okay. I'll be doing the same thing to him in the video. One librarian because you do synchro a lot, and I needed a 5. One armory arm. It's really good, especially when you play this next guy, which is your main Exceed. Really good. It also helps with this next guy right here, 2 Gaios, because he's a skill. He's really good. Because if 5 stars or more cannot attack when he's on the field, then I ditch a card that's attached or remove an Exceed, whatever you want to call it. If you have less attack than him, then you can't attack or use an effect. So with armory arm on him, that puts him at 3,800. Unless you're running Fire Fist or Fire Kings. Gonna take you a while. So it's really good. It allows you to stall out. I don't have Big Eye. It's worth $75 right now. Not happening. I run 1 Bahamut Shark. Effect's really good. You can discard a Dragoons that gets a Dragoons effect and special summon with the Bahamut Shark effect. Yeah, it's really, really, really kind of broken sometimes. Abyss Dweller for the mirror match. It's a mirror match card. 1 Pappy because it's Pappy and I don't like set cards or set defense positions. It's really Pappy's just Pappy. 1 Submissible Carrier because of Shark. 1 Leviathan Dragon. I mispronounced it last time in my last video. I got it right this time. I don't know why. It's a water, level 3. It's not that hard to get out. So the next card, guys, we're going to talk about, we're going to take a second about this one because it's important. Abyss Trite has 2,800 defense, and the only reason it's in there, because I'm never going to have 3 level 3s on the field. It's never going to happen on this deck. You are not playing stall. You're playing to destroy your opponent. You go Bahamut Shark in the field. You remove. She comes to the field with 28 defense. And you just sit until you draw that Megalo. And it's quite funny to watch them go, 28 defense. What? Because you can special summon with Bahamut Shark because it's level 3 or lower. There's nothing else. It just has to be a level 3 or lower. And it has to be a water. That's it. It's quite infuriating. I've seen people get really mad and waste a dark hole on it for 2 cards on the field. I've seen it, and it makes me happy. It makes them mad. So I think that's a really fun XYZ monster in your side deck you can run. And then I run 1 Gachi Gachi. I'm not going to try to pronounce the last part of that name because I know I'll butcher it. Gachi Gachi is really good. Really easy to get out. You can get out first turn. I don't normally show my side deck, but I will for this video. What am I running at this time? I am running 1 Maxi for the mirror match, Fire Kings, anything like that. 3 Snowman Eaters. They're searchable in this deck. They're water type. They're searchable. It makes it really, really easy to do anything in this deck with that. So yeah. I also destroy stuff, which is really good. I'm running 2 Royal Decrees. Because even though you run a lot of trap cards, their Fire Fists are out there running around rampant. So are Spellbooks. Even though they run spells, some of them run traps still. And then other decks, which are still menacing. 1 Lightning Vortex. For the Genix controller in my hand, I can destroy or send my Genix controller to the graveyard, which is nice. So for the Lightning Vortex there, for that there. 1 Mind Control. This is for anybody that runs level 7s against me. I'll just take it and XYZ with it. It's tons of fun to do that. I'm running 1 Fiendish Chain for the fact that God, I've said this so many times, but yeah, Fire Fists, yeah, all that stuff. They summon, you flip Fiendish Chain, and they kind of cry. Because if it's bear, if it's bear and you flip Fiendish Chain on them, they just go, well, crap. They look at their hand, they go, well, I have no other level 4s on the field, I have to end. And then you're like, okay, thank you. I run another Compulse in my side, so it'd be a total of 2 if you put them both in deck. But I just like this card a lot. I run 2 Mystical Space Typhoons. Cylinders, whatever. I'm having a bad day, guys. I'm sorry. Magical cylinders. I'm sorry. Not Mystical Space Typhoons. You can definitely see that they're magic cylinders. Definitely can see that they're magic cylinders. Magic cylinders, guys. Ready? Having a bad day. Sorry, I can't pronounce words. It's okay. Everybody has that day, right? Magic cylinders. I know. I said Mystical Space Typhoons like 4 times and the guy's laughing at me behind the camera. But it's okay. It'll be on a little blooper reel somewhere on somebody's page. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. Magic cylinders. Or cylinder, if you want to be real technical. Anyway. I run 2 inside 4. I played a hero deck the other day, and he was able to get out 2 of those absolute zeros. And he attacked with both of them, and I just flipped both of them and watched him lose the game on his own because he overextended. So that's why those are in there. They're not Mystical Space Typhoons, I swear on my life. Those are trap cards, I swear. And then my last 2 cards that I run in this deck right now are Goes in Match. Goes in Match, Goes in Match, Goes in Match, Goes in Match, Goes in Match. For the simple fact that everything that is important in this deck is water. The only 2 cards that are not in your main deck that are not water are dark cards, and you care not about those. If you play a spellbook player and you flip Goes in Match first turn before they could play anything, they have to spend resources to destroy your Goes in Match because you have a full field of water. You flip Goes in Match, and they actually have to think about their plays, which makes it really interesting because then they have to spend resources to try to get rid of your Goes in Match. But if you side in 2 and you have another one set and they don't know, they destroy it, they go to summon, you flip it another one, and they're like, I thought I just destroyed that thing. And you're like, no, it's in my graveyard. And you're like, oh, crap. Alright. So, Goes in Match is a really good side card in this deck. I used to main it, but that's how I feel about that card because the card's really, really good in this deck. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any comments about how I should change it or I really need to get another Megalo, I know this. You don't have to tell me I'm a bad person because I don't have another Megalo. Or you think I should take something out, give me a reason and I'll take a look at it. And you guys have a good night.